From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Valley Neighborhood Forecast.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Well, of course, today is the 4th of July. A lot of people are out there recreating out on the lake, maybe just kind of outside in general. But here's the deal. It's going to be hot out there, and I want you to be safe. Be sure you're hydrated. Be sure to kind of check out all the symptoms of anybody who might be getting heat stroke. I know this may sound like a bit of an overkill, but when you're talking about highs of 105, 106, 107, that can reach dangerous levels. So we need to just kind of look out for each other here on this 4th of July and then get out there and enjoy those fireworks later on tonight. But again, not as hot as it was over this past weekend after I'm talking about all this heat, right? But it's still going to be hot nonetheless. Temperatures will be gradually dropping this week, but we could actually drop below normal by the end of the week and into this weekend. So take a look at that normal high for the valley, about 98 degrees. Look at that, we dropped down below that for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday. But then after we see those temperatures drop, they'll start to go back up again. But I'm not expecting quite the heat wave that we saw over this past weekend once we do see those temperatures go back up. So there you can see Reading about 107, Red Bluff about 106, and Chico topping out at about 101 degrees. So that's the high pressure. And you can see the clouds, the thunderstorms off to our east. We're not really seeing any of that. We did see some thunderstorm activity yesterday up into Modoc County, but I don't anticipate, of course, anything in the valley. It's the heat that we have our eyes on, right? That's what we're really focusing on this time of the year. That heat is diving to the south, and that is the reason why our temperatures are dropping. And another reason being is we've got some cooler air, a trough of low pressure right here that's helping to push that heat down to the south and east. And as a result, we see our temperatures drop. Now, that'll be the case through the weekend, that cooler air kind of lingering around, but watch what happens as we go into next week. This heat is going to start to expand closer to us. But here's the situation, and this is actually something I remember talking about even last year, is that we got some cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska. You've got the heat over the desert Southwest. The two of them want to visit Northern California, if you will. And they're kind of battling it out. So at points, the heat builds in, but then at points, this gets a little bit stronger and pushes the heat back down to the south and east. Bottom line, even though it will be warming up, this right here will prevent us from seeing the heat wave, at least at this point, from what we saw last weekend. But over the next 6 to 10 days, yeah, we're still looking at temperatures right around or just above normal. But you'll notice here, long range, getting closer to near normal. So again, this just kind of helps to illustrate the fact that I don't anticipate any major heat waves anytime soon. All right, heading out to the Freedom Festival in Reading at the Civic Auditorium. It's going to be hot. You know, as I mentioned, the high will be about 107 degrees, but by 9 p.m. still warm. And then at 10 p.m. by the time the fireworks do start, should have dropped down into the upper 80s. So still quite warm in the evening hours here. Maybe you're heading out to the 4th in Red Bluff, Tehama County, the Shasta College campus. Temperatures low 90s for 9 p.m., 88 degrees by the time we get into the time the fireworks display starts. And of course, where we typically see the fireworks display in Chico, which is the Silver Dollar Fairgrounds and Speedway, temperatures upper 80s by 9 p.m. and should drop down to the mid 80s by the time the fireworks do start. How about Oroville? Maybe heading out to the municipal airport. Looks like clear skies, 88 and 85 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. So should still be pretty warm for those fireworks displays. Still hydrate, even though the sun will have gone down at that point. Here is your forecast for your 4th of July. And yeah, I mean, it's hot, right? Temperatures upper 90s to a little over 100 degrees, but not a little over 100 degrees for Reading. In fact, it's 107 today, 106 for Red Bluff and Palos Hidro. The city of Shasta Lake, about 107 degrees. Now we look at that 7-day forecast, and yeah, this is where we do start to see some of that relief. We're about 10, 11 degrees cooler as we go into Thursday, Friday. We're down to 95 by Saturday. And then you can see by Sunday and Monday, we start to see temperatures begin to increase back into the triple digits by early next week.